Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got 5 extremely cool knives to share with you guys. This episode in particular is going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of really exciting stuff here, and I can't wait to share with you guys. I will link everything down in the description. It really does help my channel when you use those links before you buy something, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Let's start off here with the first one, and that's going to be the Kaiser Mini Milit. What's so special about that? This one in particular is very interesting because Kaiser has used a combination of S45VN, gold anodized titanium, and textured zirconium. Did you know that Kaiser was working with zirconium? This is polished, textured, and contoured zirconium. Even if you're looking at this and going, yeah, that's neat, but it's not really my cup of tea, the implication here is that Kaiser is willing to use this material in their knives. If I'm not mistaken, the price on this, which, I mean, these are premium materials, right? The price on this is actually not bad. I really hope that this is an indication that Kaiser is willing to, use zirconium as an inlay material or maybe even frame material in projects coming up. That would be great because zirconium has pretty much exclusively been a part of the hyper expensive territory up until very, very recently. I am a huge fan of zirconium. It is really, really heavy, but I love it, especially as an inlay material, because I think it just looks beautiful. It really has this, when it's, blackened and polished up, it really has this look that is unlike anything else that we have in the knife world, right? It even looks different than polished titanium. I'm just a huge fan of how zirconium looks. So check out the Mini Milit. There's definitely like budget options and stuff, but the fact that they have this really super nice premium version with zirconium in it, it was really, really shocking. You guys actually haven't seen me unbox this yet, as is the case with a number of knives on this list. All my content's pre-recorded. Moving on to the next one, I finally have this knife. I finally have it. Everybody's been asking me about the Demco Shark Cub and what I think of it. When are you going to review it? Everybody else on YouTube has reviewed it. Why have you not taken a look? I'll tell you why. Because Demco thought they sent it to me. They were sitting there waiting for me to make a video, and I was sitting there waiting for them to send it to me. So I reached out again, and they said, "Oh my God, we're so sorry. We'll go ahead and send you one." I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I didn't think this was possible. You can believe me or not believe me. That's perfectly fine. I'm a huge fan of Demco products in general, especially the Shark Lock. When I found out that they were making a Shark Cub, I thought, that's neat, probably for somebody, not for me. I don't want it any smaller than the AD 20.5. I was wrong. After carrying this for, I've probably had it for 3 days now. I think I actually prefer the Shark Cub to the Demco AD 20.5. Part of the reason is the open back end. That is a huge deal and makes for an ergonomic experience that is very, very preferable to the AD 20.5. The AD 20.5 is an evergreen. It is a legendary EDC. And if you've never experienced one of those knives, you owe it to yourself to pick one of these up. You don't have to get the super expensive ones, right? But the Shark Lock knives in general are absolutely phenomenal EDCs. And yeah, you should definitely test one out. I have loved carrying this one. I have this guy and I've got the budget version. The budget version, when I say budget, the less expensive version is actually very impressive considering the injection mold plastic scales are contoured. Now, Demco, why are you guys not contouring the G10? Like that would make, this is a premium one. This is a 20 CV, I think. Yeah, 20 CV and G10. And I love it. The fit and finish is spectacular. This is a great, great knife. I love it. The ergonomic lines, even the opening hole is easier to get at because they widen it out up here. So doing your thumb flicks, right, or your reverse flicks, it all feels even more organic than the standard Shark Lock or the AD 20.5. I thought that because it was smaller, it would make this thing a lot more cumbersome and a little fumbly to manipulate. No, not at all. I still don't like their pocket clip, right? But this is so good. The Shark Cub is awesome. And they also have a drop point blade if you don't like the little shark's foot. But this is essentially like a perfect little EDC knife. I mean, it's ridiculously strong. You have, comparable strength to the Triad Lock, which, yes, I did say that. It's the same guy who made the Triad Lock, right? There's always someone who says, but, no, yeah, I said that. That's what I mean, right? But yeah, it's a phenomenal EDC knife. I cannot believe that I like this more than the 80-20.5. It makes me want them to shave that little hook thing off the back end of the 80-20.5. Yeah, right here. This, like, it's not that bad. I mean, like, I'm kind of making a big deal out of it, but the fact that this one is just open at the end makes it amazing. And the ergonomic space on these knives is actually pretty darn similar, especially considering this, again, is open, right? You can see here the difference in size. This is a really, really good knife. I really, really like the Shark Cub, and I highly recommend it. Moving on here, this is one that you guys have seen, but we have to talk about it again because this has also become essentially a go-to perfect EDC knife for me. Obviously, the Vision FG, but we're really not talking about the Vision FG. If you don't own this knife yet, again, this is a knife you should own. This is a knife everybody should own. The Cev Vision FG for $79. More importantly, though, the scales by Practical 3DP. This guy is on Etsy. I'll actually give you guys right that. If you're watching on TV, you can scan it. These aluminum scales are... It takes the Vision FG, like the biggest complaint with it, honestly, was the fact that the scales had the holes and people were like, oh, like they're kind of wide and why is it heavier than it needs to be? These scales solve all the problems. Now, a lot of people point out you're going to pay all that money for the scales on top of the, what you're going to pay for the knife, and you're essentially making a $75 knife into a, whatever, $145, $150 knife. Okay, but hear me out. You essentially, once you do that, the knife becomes perfect. The weight of this, considering it is a liner delete, and by the way, yes, they do fit perfectly. If you didn't watch that upload where I installed these scales, the weight on this knife is 2.8 ounces. The balance is brought in right under the pivot. Right under the pivot. It is so, so perfect. Oh my goodness. Plus the texturing on this, the diamond texturing, that's my favorite texturing. It is grippy to the point where it actually adds meaningful traction, but not so grippy that it's uncomfortable to hold onto. It also removes the unsightly holes. I don't really care about the holes, but a lot of people don't like them. It removes those, which I love. These scales are customized to not have the mounting position for lefties, but I believe he does make the lefty-friendly scales as well. So you get that beautiful front side. And yes, underneath the pocket clip is a bald spot. He even customized this for me and put metal complex on there. This is flawless now. The Vision FG. Now, again, the amount that you're going to have to pay for it is essentially, like the total amount between the scales and the knife, you're going to be paying, Kershaw American knife prices. But, people hate it when I use the term one and done because it doesn't really exist in the knife world. Let's just say once this knife is together and complete, your standard for what makes a good EDC knife, the bar, will be set so unbelievably high because this knife can essentially do it all. I mean, I wouldn't baton with it, but this is amazing. It is amazing how much knife you get for 2.8 ounces and how absolutely perfect this thing has become. Now, if they would just add some jimping up here, right? A couple little things. There's always something to complain about, but so good. It's so good. Please check this guy out. Again, Practical 3DP, such amazing skills. Really, really cool. Moving on here, one that you probably just saw. You probably just saw me unbox this. It depends on when I uploaded it, but we got to talk about the Wu Jango XL. The Jango is a great model, but I think a lot of people thought the same. It would be really great if they made a big one. And, Wu likes to listen to their audience and kind of do. I think they just kind of know, what to do. So the Jango, like the standard Jango, is a great knife, especially if you like the knives on the smaller end that still don't feel dainty. But the XL this is definitely the personality that fits this knife. And this particular version with the reverse tucks, you have the actual DLC, not paint. This is true DLC, the most premium coating that you're going to get on a knife. Nice satin finish, so you get that beautiful black reflective blade. Of course, the diamond texturing, which has been enlarged for this model. You have the nice, strong Omega springs. Oh my gosh, that blade is so cool. Now, it looks like it's giant, like it's 9 inches, 9 1/4. I think it's actually closer to 8.5, maybe 8.75. Overall length here is coming in, 8.75 with a 3.75 inch blade and 3.5 inches of cutting edge. So it's a big knife, but not a monster knife, but it is comfortable. And this area in here feels so much better on the XL. They have that better pocket clip, that better Wu clip.
No bald spot underneath here, but it's also made to fit the other side, so they would have to put a bald spot over here. Not really aggressive enough texturing to mess up your pants, but this is a spectacular, absolutely spectacular knife. These guys come in LMAX, and they are heat treated very, very well. You guys are probably familiar with how Kunmu heat treats their blades. So you have a nice, thin, super aggressive Bowie blade, lots of belly, and then you have the amazing heat treat on LMAX. Absolutely wonderful knife, and definitely hardcore. I mean, their crossbar locks are super duper tough. This is a knife that you can take out and really use hard. I mean, this is legitimately like, you know, this would be a go-to kind of harder use outdoor knife. I mean, minus like the prying and the hammering and stuff, but absolutely. Beautiful ergonomics, super comfortable, really, really cool looking, really classic looking, kind of has that, almost that American knife look. Just absolutely love this. And then of course you get the Timascus pivot colors and all that. All right, Metal Complex, come on. We see what you're doing. We all saw the thumbnail. What the heck is that? I have not unboxed this, so you're going to see me unbox it, and it took me a sec to realize exactly what I'm looking at, and I'm just gonna say, slow. Last time, you guys busted their website. Not me, you guys busted. I just told you it was there. You busted the website. So, slowly and carefully, this is the new Maxace Neptune, and I know people, oh, it's in Ultima. I imagine that they will release this knife in a couple different configurations. But this is the one that I saw, right? Maybe they have different ones on the website. But there's a number of improvements here. I'm going to go ahead and fire it for you. Oh, yeah, you better believe it's got that power. So number one, if you don't know what you're looking at here, the Maxace Neptune literally broke the OTF market. People went berserk, literally busting not literally, but figuratively busting down doors to get this knife. They shattered the servers crashed for the Maxace website. A poor little website was just not ready to go. They just wasn't prepared for that. But what we have here is a 10CR15 COMOV blade. It's Chinese VG10. Now, I wish that they had kept with the SLD Magic. I thought that was interesting, but considering the price tag on this, which I wish was a little lower, but it is still one of the best dollar for dollar OTFs on the market. What you're looking at here, I think, is about a $115 OTF that rivals the quality of $400 to $500 USA-made OTFs. Yes, I mean that 100%. The Ultim is interesting, and it allows you to see through the frame into this dual spring system, which is really, really cool, right? I hope they come out with an aluminum one. I think most importantly, I should point out that the firing switch has been widened, so this is 100% easier to fire than the old Neptune, which was one of the only things wrong with it. The wider frame is admittedly more comfortable, but it does create for a little bit of an awkward ratio between the blade and the handle. One of the coolest things about the old Neptune is that the blade was only slightly wider than the frame, making it aesthetically one of the better looking dual action OTFs on the market. They widened this frame out, and I think overall it's probably better ergonomically, like it does feel good, but it does look a little bit strange. This two-tone blade with the Ultim combo is odd, but if they release this in like a satin dagger blade or like a, you know, I mean, we can hope and dream, a DLC satin dagger blade, and then they do like their cool aluminum and titanium insert, like if they do that, that'd be amazing. I just really hope, like obviously with this one being slightly more expensive, they are keenly aware of the popularity of the Neptune. They have done a great job here, but Maxace, please keep that price down. That's what makes this knife special, okay? So, do I recommend this new Neptune? Yeah, because it's still beating out anything else in the vicinity by like $100. Literally, some of the best OTFs that can compete with this, like the closest competitors, are still $100 more expensive. Yeah, they have more premium materials, right? But as far as what you need out of your OTF, holy crap. And listen, anybody who says there's any other $100 OTFs out there that compete with the Maxace Neptune,
you're full of beans. The biggest, fattest beans. You silly clown. You have no idea. This is ridiculously high quality versus anything else that you can get at this price point. No, it's not an affiliate link down in the script. I get paid nothing if you guys buy this one. The other knives have the affiliate links. I get paid nothing for this, right? This is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. I hope they come out with different variations of it, right? With the different color setups. But the Ultim one is honestly pretty cool. This is a huge OTF. Because they used Ultim means that it's not incredibly heavy. I mean, you're definitely carrying a super powerful cutting tool with this guy. And the fit and finish on it is just excellent. Big fan of this. Hope they kind of combine the look of this one with the look of the old one. We'll see what we get. But yeah, the new Max Ace Neptune is here. And overall, despite a couple of strange choices, I think it's improved. So that's going to be pretty much it today, guys. Again, we have the new Max Ace Neptune, which is the PEI version, which is funny because that looks like P. People are going to call this the PP Neptune or the P Neptune or the Neptune P or something like that. Whatever, you know, do what you want to do. Then we have the Wu Jango XL. We have, of course, the Vision FG with the practical 3DP scales, mostly the scales that we're talking about there. We have the Demco Shark Cub, and we have the Kaiser Mini, what is it? The Milit. My brain is so full of knife information. The Kaiser Mini Milit in the gold titanium and the zirconium. Guys, that's going to be it today. This was really exciting. I was happy to share this stuff with you guys. I hope you found something you were interested in. Like I said, links down in the description, and you'll see some of this stuff unboxed very, very soon. Which is confusing, but you know, I have to make a schedule, so everything's pre-recorded. So sometimes that happens, but I really wanted to share with you guys these knives all in one video. So please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do of course have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.